welcome to round 4 here at the September Cranky Championship Qualifier. Real quick before we get into this matchup, I just want to say thank you to Holy Katie Moly on Twitch for subbing and gifting a sub as well.
Holy McMoly.
And... ... That's Cameron, right? Cameron Ellis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
okay,
good.
so she gifted a sub to Cameron. So
Nice.
Awesome. Really appreciate that. So, in the feature match area for round 4, at the top of your screen, we have Damon, who is playing the tied for most popular archetype in the room today, Hammer Time.
Yeah. Wants to play out Colossal Hammer and hit people with it pretty hard.
Yeah, kill him with an Ink Moth Nexus.
Yeah. And Joshua on the bottom there, sort of new to coverage, haven't had him yet.
Yep.
On Amulet Titan, doing well today. This is the second seed.
Okay.
That we picked up, and I do like to get I like to see Titan on coverage.
Oh, dude,
at least once.
It's such a sweet deck.
The deck is very good. It's and knowing that Josh is on, I'm unsurprised to see Damon on the top tables. He always does very well.
Yeah, Damon, excellent player. Not new.
Not new, no.
Not new in any capacity.
I believe he's also qualified.
Damon, I believe, is qualified for the championship.
Already.
Yes.
They're just kind of examining openings here, but Josh, having made it to the second table, probably running 3-0 or 2-0-1 in the day so far.
I believe this is a 3-0.
3-0 split, yeah. So he's gonna mulligan appropriately. Really look for that early game interaction, or not interaction, but early game plays where you can play either the sloth.
The sloth, arboreal grazer.
Yeah. It's a sloth, dude. Or the amulet itself. Like getting an amulet turn 1 is the ideal, right? Turn 1 amulet. Oh, he's got the sloth in hand. I don't know if there's an amulet in there. Think we're thinking about it. Oh yeah.
Did Damon keep 7?
Yeah.
Damon kept 7 cards.
Damon's on 7.
Excellent.
His deck is fast and powerful, and it's interesting. We saw so little of it in the last. Oh, we got to. So yeah, okay. This is an excellent opener.
Yeah, Urza Saga. I think one of the best innovations to this deck in quite a while.
Easily.
A giver of runes here from Damon. We'll head back over to Joshua, untapping that Urza Saga, adding a lore counter, drawing a card here.
We're gonna get our second copy of Amulet off of this saga.
Is that how that works?
I'm not an expert. Oh my god.
Here is an amulet.
I think he had 3 amulets in hand.
So here is a Gruul Turf. This is going to make 4 mana.
Yeah. Oh, I love this.
Do you?
He's got the counters for the mana.
Do you love to see it?
So you can make 2.
So here's a trigger that'll untap.
So he has an Arboreal Grazer in hand too.
Yep. So we can end the day with like what is that, 7 mana?
Something about that, yeah.
After you cast the Arboreal Grazer.
And he has I believe he has a what's it, the Pact? Or no, it's an Explorer. Okay. So he's gonna draw a card, put a land into play. I mean, unbelievable, right?
So we're just going to go up to 6 here. So here's 6 mana and Primeval Titan.
Wow.
So this is just game over, right?
Genuinely, I believe
so. You get to go get Boros Garrison and the Sun Home.
Correct.
Activate the Sun Home.
Yep.
Float a red and a white.
Yep. Activate the Garrison.
Play the Sun Home again as. Did you already play land for turn?
He has.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It was the Gruul Turf.
Okay, so we're just taking a slow and morbid.
But he has the Grazer.
Oh, sure.
So he's gonna make double blue, green.
Okay. These are going to untap again.
Yeah. And what is that a Tolarian West?
Here's another blue.
Tolaria West, yeah.
And then the Tolaria West will go back to hand.
And he gets
So now we can transmute the Tolaria West.
Yeah.
Or something else. There is another Amulet of Vigor.
He has another
Amulet.
Holy cripes. Yeah. Damon just like staring across the table with one
One
land, one creature.
What are you gonna do?
This is sort of he's gonna transmute that now. Get his
Okay, so he has a green mana floating.
Probably getting are we getting a pact? Yeah, so we're pacting.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have to cast pact here. He can just hold it. Play it on another turn. Really let Damon know that he's. I don't know the deck. I know that there are people that know this deck so well that they can play it in their sleep.
Right. And I'm not going to claim to know how it works. I have played it in exactly one tournament, and the deck is very powerful, but it takes practice.
Yeah.
You really got to put in the reps.
I think that's one of the reasons we don't see it as often, because you have to sort of dedicate your modern time to it.
Right.
You can't play around with it and then move to another deck. My gosh.
Yep, the Growth Chamber is just going to cast a third copy of Amulet and a Expedition map. We'll head back over to Damon. So Damon will have access to Solitude and 4 copies of Path to Exile. So 8 removal spells. How do we feel? Is this a bad matchup for Hammer Time?
It's a rough one.
Yeah, I don't think it's great.
It's rough because Damon sort of relies on his opponent playing a measured game of Magic. Turn one.
And Amulet Titan is not looking
Correct.
at that at all.
Yeah.
Achieving critical mass almost immediately out of the gate here.
Amulet Titan sort of wants to play against this type of deck. It doesn't want to play against control that can really muck its plays.
Yeah.
And this is a deck that's not going to.
Right. The Hammer Time is going to perform a little better against those decks that are looking to play a very, very long game. So just going to pass back over to Josh here, untap and take a draw step. This Urza Saga is going to go up to 3 lore counters. Looks like maybe floating a mana.
Yeah.
Yep, floating a colorless mana. Saga will resolve.
Another.
It's going to put the
Amulet.
4th copy of Amulet into play.
So Bounce Land now makes 8 mana.
Yes.
Okay.
Tons of mana.
And so Damon does have a cool thing he can do where he can block with the Esper Sentinel and give it pro green with the Giver of Runes.
It still tramples over.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, it only prevents the 1 damage that it takes to kill the
that's
creature.
right. It signs lethal,
And then the rest of the damage still tramples over.
So it's going to be able to, I think Damon just eats the damage, right?
So 8 mana in the pool.
He played a land, bounced it back.
And now I would imagine we're going to see this...
The Pact. Summoner's Pact.
Yep, cracking Expedition map first.
What are we getting? I don't know what's happening.
I mean, he can work out a line where this game is just over here 3 times over.
I feel like a lost little boy.
Because Boros Garrison, with the ability to produce 8 mana now, will be able to activate the Sun Home and the other one that gives haste.
Okay. So you got another Teleria
Or Double
West.
Strike, I mean.
So what is he getting with this Teleria West? I assume he's shuffling his library like he's not going to search.
8 mana.
Oh. Yeah.
Cultivator Colossus.
Yep.
I keep forgetting that they play this card now.
I just put my head in my hands.
So Cultivator Colossus. Hang on just a second. I don't want to say the wrong thing. So pulling it up here. This is a 7 mana star with trample. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. So currently there are 6 lands in play. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process.
Oh my god.
So he now has a billion lands in play, and they're all going to untap a bunch of times with these amulets. So making approximately 3,000 mana.
Yeah, 3,000 to 6,000. You like to see it.
It looks like we have 12 green or something, 5 red, 3 blue, 3 colorless. Oh boy, that's so much mana.
We can transmute the Teleria West. We could probably get another.
Well, he's also gonna have triggers on the stack for the bounce lands. So he'll be able to put this Beseiju back into my hand. Okay, kill your your Esper
Oh my
Sentinel.
God.
Like, it's so much mana.
Yeah, I mean, Damon's going to be able to get another Plains, though. Like,
This is so Beseiju and Teleria West are going to go back to
it
hands.
feels like they're playing different games right now.
Yes. This is the third turn of the game?
Yes.
Yes. Amulet Titan is insane for this.
Ugh.
Here is a Summoner's Pact that is going to go find an Elysian... Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
The thickest, brickest man. He is a Dryad nymph.
That's his creature type?
Nymph? So it was printed nymph, and then they errated it to Dryad nymph.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was sort of a weird choice.
Valakut, okay, you're dead.
Yeah. And a third. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
wow. So much mana. Look at that. Amulet Titan going to take this one down on turn 3
Yep.
with an obscene amount of mana. 4 Amulet of Vigors in play. That's wild. These players are going to sideboard. We'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, these players are all done sideboarding and drawn up their 7s for game 2.
That Cultivator Colossus, baby.
Stefan, what did Damon do?
Take a look at Damon's boarding in. What he took out was his full play set of Esper Sentinels came out,
Okay.
and then 2 copies of Giver of Runes. Those cards aren't really doing a whole lot. Giver in normal matchups allows you to swing through and give some amount of protection, but is mostly for like an unblockability. What he brought in was a full playset of Solitude and 2 copies of Surge of Salvation.
Okay, so Surge of Salvation. What is the context on that here?
So it's one of the.
It gives you and your permanents hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, right?
It's one of the new Dominaria cards. Hang on, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah,
right
just
now.
go to Scryfall and type in Surge of Salvation.
I am. It's like I don't know why, but it's the only site that loads quick. So it's 1 mana instant. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Here's full stop, and then prevent all damage that black and/or red sources would deal to creatures your turn.
Okay.
I don't know that I like that as much.
It's engineered explosives. It protects you from engineered explosives. Engineered explosives is the classic, high consistency way for the Amulet Titan deck to deal with stuff like this, because they can transmute for engineered explosives.
But does engineered target?
Oh, it doesn't give indestructible?
No, it's just hexproof, and it prevents all damage from black or red sources. But there's no black or red sources during damage. The Valakuts are colorless.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
You still have hexproof, so they can't kill you with a Valakut.
that's true. You and permanents have hexproof. So yeah, I
they
think
can't kill you with a Valakut.
it does. But I don't know if you're already like at that point in the game. Like, I guess it buys you another.
Sometimes that's all you need.
I guess it's true.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
yes,
cigar
the surge of salvation is to protect you from Valakut.
Okay,
And
we talked that through.
as far as Joshua goes in the sideboarding, have removed Explore, Azusa, and a couple of lands, and brought in a Force of Vigor, a Haywire Might, and 3 copies of Dismember.
I like that. Yeah, I like Dismember.
Yeah, just instant speed way to take care of those. Care of those creatures before they can get the equipment on them and be too large to kill. And then Dismember and the Haywire Mites are also kill most of the permanents and out of the Hammer deck.
Haywire Might. We've talked about it before. Such a great card. Mm-hmm. It's fetchable with Urza Saga, and it just exiles.
Yeah. So Urza Saga is going to search up another copy of the Amulet of Vigor.
And we're floating a colorless mana.
Yes.
So this is turn 3 for Josh. We're playing a bounce land.
Excuse me, a Karoo land?
A Karoo land, my mistake. Making 4 mana off of that.
Okay.
Bouncing it back to hand. We do have the mana to... So it's green-white. It's not the ideal colors.
Now it's any color.
Now it's... Oh, yeah. That's... The white exists as mana in the pool, but yeah, it's... Does Dryad let you play an additional land?
Yes.
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
Yes, the Dryad's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. So what's interesting is when the Karoo lands come down, because they're all land types, you don't have to tap them for the duel. You can just tap them for a single color.
Any color, yep.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you the double. It's just a single.
It's just a single color,
Yeah.
yes.
That's interesting. We actually saw, in the last tournament, we saw an Amulet Titan deck get goozled by their own Dryad.
Yeah, because of the Sundering Titan.
Tron got Sundering Titan, yeah, and
So here is a Mycosynth Gardens.
it is all land types. And
So-
we're just clarifying some stuff right now. Oh. Okay, yeah, we're talking out the land drops that have been made. So we're making another land drop from Dryad. Or yeah, it's the
Damon was just clarifying
Yep.
that he had not played an additional land, I
Yep.
believe, already.
So we're gonna crack this expedition map. Probably going to get a
Yeah, so the
Colonial
Mycosynth
West.
Garden is a fairly new addition. We've seen it in
Yes.
this deck before.
It's good.
But it is not something that that we've seen on screen, I don't think. So
Yeah.
Mycosynth Garden's a land sphere, taps for a colorless mana. You can pay 1 and tap it to end 1 mana of any color. So it has the classic painted desert filter ability.
Yep.
And then also you can pay X and tap it, and it becomes a copy of target non-token artifact you control with mana value X. So you can just pay 1 and tap it, it becomes another Amulet
Yeah,
Vigor.
correct. Yeah, it doesn't care that it's tapped. It's just
Cute!
yeah, it's
It
very
also so like your Urza Saga can find an expedition map which can find an additional copy of Amulet of Vigor.
Oh, yeah.
In the Mycosynth Gardens.
It's very cool. In this case, we're getting a Titan.
Yep, here's the Summoner's Pact. It's going to find a Primeval Titan. That'll go to hand. Joshua will shuffle up his library as if he's not going to have to search that 5 more times this turn. So here is a Selesnya Sanctuary. That is going to probably make 4 mana, I would imagine. And then we're tracking the lands played
Okay.
with the dice there. So here's the other 2 mana for the Titan. That is going to fetch up a couple of lands out of the deck.
The question here is, does he get Karoo lands or does he get regular lands to pay for the pact?
I mean,
Is he playing to win this turn?
I think
Is the question.
he's trying to win.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So Sunhome and
So and Boros Garrison. So these will each get to untap twice. The answer to the question was there are 22 players in Cedar Rapids playing
Ooh.
Canadian Highlander today.
that is a lot of players. I think we sent up 6.
So the awesome, you'll love to see it. Okay, so looks like maybe the first Amulet triggers on the stack. We're floating a couple of mana here.
We're bouncing a Karoo.
Picking up the, I believe he picked up the Mycosynth Gardens actually.
Oh, okay. Sure.
All right, so should have a red and a white in the pool here, I think, as well as a colorless maybe. So here is that second land drop from the Dryad of the Elysian Grove. That's going to make a green.
So I think he is.
So here
okay.
is an Arboreal Grazer.
He is
Arboreal
planning
Grazer
on
is
paying for
going
this
to
pact.
put this Valakut into
Oh my
play.
gosh! It's
All
a
right.
mountain.
And now Damon is going to say, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah. So because of Dryad, Valakut is a mountain, seeing itself enter the battlefield, and he's swinging in. Or what is he doing? Oh,
He is now resolving the Primeval Titan.
And that is game.
That is going to be
Wow.
it. Damon did not have anything there. And Josh is going to take this down 2-0.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think that it's a particularly good matchup
No.
for the Hammer deck. So.
Yeah. Damon still got game here. I think 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
Going into
Yep.
round 5
Yep,
is totally
absolutely.
fine.
100%. All right. Well, we will be back in just a little bit with round 5.
Sounds great. Love you.